Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Irresistible and I am a manifestation and soul realignment coach. My channel is geared towards helping you become your highest potential so that you can create and live the extraordinary life that is your birthright. In today's video, I'll be talking about how your perception or interpretation of situations is 1000% reflective of your headspace. You'll understand this and it's super powerful, so you definitely want to keep watching. But before we get started, I just want to remind you that I offer both email and video coaching. So if you need me to help you in manifesting any of your desires or releasing any of your blocks, you can find all my coaching packages below. And please do not forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so that you receive a notification whenever I upload something new. So let's get started. This video is very powerful in helping you not react to circumstances. We often are reacting or specifically perceiving circumstances based on where our headspace is, based on oftentimes the old story. The old story is the undesired stories we have manifested in the past. So you kind of want to remind yourself that what you are seeing and interpreting is where this is focused. So I'll give you an example. A few days ago, I read something that took me back to an old story, and I was interpreting that situation from the old story. And then I was starting to do that, and then I stopped because a part of me was going to judge that the old story was still active. So I stopped myself and said, I am choosing to interpret this based on the old story. I stopped myself. I recognized that this is what I was doing, and I kind of let it go. I didn't try to, make sense of it or anything like that. And then the next morning, I woke up and I read the thing again. And I kid you not, there were parts of what I was reading that I completely did not perceive the night before. Now coming in from a fresh perspective, clean slate, because I chose not to identify with the old story and let my thoughts spiral in that direction. I stopped myself. When I came and read the thing again, it was a completely different context that had nothing to do with the old story. I just wasn't perceiving it. It's almost like my eyes were foggy and I was not seeing the words clearly. And when I read it again, I realized it had absolutely nothing to do with the old story. I just was not perceiving the situation correctly. So this is a perfect example of when you are identified with something in your mind, you're going to perceive things from that perspective. One of my clients told me about how she was walking on the street and she saw her SP drive by in his car. And they had broken up. It's been a while that they had broken up. And she says, he drove past me as if I don't exist. And this is a perfect example of how she is interpreting a circumstance, which is in a sense neutral, using what's going on in her mind. So I told her, but how do you know he saw you? Did you see him look at you? She said, no. I said, then why do you assume that he saw you? And why are you assuming he is perceiving that you don't exist? That is your own interpretation based on your self-concept, the thoughts you are choosing to engage with. So let's say if she was choosing to engage with the thoughts that she is amazing, he absolutely loves her, he misses her, she could have interpreted that situation that he drove by and saw just how amazing she looks, and he's probably thinking, well, she looks like she moved on. She would have interpreted that situation from that perspective, that he thought that she was the one who moved on and would have been hurt and upset. So Your interpretation is always a reflection or a manifestation of your headspace. You kind of really need to bring yourself back and become conscious and aware. That's all you need to do. Just become conscious and aware that you are choosing to perceive that situation based on the thoughts going on in your mind. And all you need to do is disconnect from these thoughts. You don't have to convince yourself or try to talk some sense to yourself, because you can't do that sometimes. You kind of just switch off and bring yourself into awareness. This is what Eckhart Tolle talks about in The Power of Now. You just bring yourself into awareness. You're not trying to convince yourself to do anything. Bringing yourself into the awareness behind the thought helps you disengage from it. And then the clarity will come to you later on, which is exactly what happened with me the next day when I reread that thing that then made me realize that I was completely misreading it, because that's where I have been practiced in my headspace. But then you kind of don't even need to do anything, just bring yourself into this awareness that this is not true. It's about bringing yourself into the awareness that I am choosing to interpret it this way because that's where my headspace is at. And then you can actually disengage from it. Doing this will help you not react to circumstances. And when I say react to circumstances, I mean don't let your thoughts spiral or your judgments of the situation take over. You are judging a neutral circumstance and building a story around it. That's not true. This is a huge part in shifting. When you stop yourself from judging circumstances in the way you're judging them, you allow yourself to shift to the new story, because it's the judgments and interpretations of situations based on the little evidence you have in front of you. Those judgments are keeping you in the old story. And the key to shifting from the old story is to stop these interpretations and judgments. That's the true meaning of not reacting to circumstances, because you don't have all the information. You are telling the story. You're literally writing the script based on the limited information you have in front of you, and making a big story out of it that is not true. So very important step in the manifesting process. And that is a crucial and important way for you to redirect yourself. You redirect yourself. I hope that this video makes sense. If you like this video, then please like, comment, and share. And I look forward to seeing you again in the next video.